Mickey Talks.
Show on the internet that has 2 intros, ladies and gentlemen.
It was the good part, man. I wanted to play it twice.
I don't blame you. Matt, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing great, man.
What are we on, 63?
Show 63 today.
Amazing. Mickey Talks brought to you by Barnes Paving, BARNES paving.com. Give them a call for any of your paving needs, asphalt, whatever it is, sidewalks, anything. They're the best in the business. They are MHIC certified, accredited. They're accredited with the Better Business Bureau. And if you mention Mickey Talks, you get 10% off at Barnes Paving. So thankful to them. And Matt, I had a great day today too.
Did you?
So I went.
Talk to me.
Well, remember about 10 days ago or whatever it was, we had that guy Phil on from Gumtree.
Yeah.
Well, we were supposed to go there today. I know you couldn't make it. And so I went.
Did you get any pew-pew in there?
I didn't shoot anything.
No?
But I got a tour of that place.
Yeah.
I don't know how to explain it.
Dude, I told you. It's unbelievable, isn't it?
I would imagine that, like, if you're a gun person, that's like Mecca.
Yeah, like you die and go to heaven there. And they've expanded it even so much since I've been there.
Dude, they have 100-yard shooting range.
Yeah.
A full football field for target. I mean, bow and arrow shooting lanes. They got
martial arts. They got everything.
They got a hunting one with a loft, like a raised Then they have like a VIP members area that is like the coolest lounge you've ever seen.
Full restaurant.
Lockers. Like it was mind-blowing. I can't wait to go back. I got so many ideas, Matt.
I'm excited too.
Found out that Brian out there, Phil, Karen, Ivy, they're all fans of the show.
That's amazing.
I was blown away.
I'm flattered. It's amazing.
They could be on board soon is all I'm saying.
Yeah.
We play our cards right, Matt.
Well, I would love that personally.
And one of us, they said they're definitely in if one of us would hold the targets for them while they shoot. So I'm going to need you to step up, Matt.
Take one for the team, huh? All
hey,
right.
Listen, today on the show, Matt, is I got to be honest, a little bit special to me.
Of course.
You know, when I started this show, the first thing I ever posted was just like basically me saying I want to start a show. I did a live video, and I said I want to start a show. I've met incredible people in my life. I've had amazing ups, amazing or terrible downs, but along the way, I've met some like really amazing, special people. To me, our guest today is very special for many reasons. I met her when I was really just starting my whole career. I was probably 18, 19, 20, right around there. She was a musician as well. We just hit it off. We've been friends ever since. She used to come on the morning show. She had an affinity for the haunted house stuff and basically has built an empire in her own fantasy world. And it's so impressive. And to know her character on top of all that, she didn't listen to anybody but the people she trusted. Everybody told her she was out of her fucking mind, and she proved them all wrong. And I'm a huge fan, number one. But I'm also incredibly grateful to call this person a friend, because you need friends in your life, real friends. She's like the real friend.
Yeah.
Stop whatever she's doing at a drop of a dime and be there for a friend. Those are the people I want other people to know about. So I know you know this person as well.
I do too. It's funny because I don't know I think I've told her this before, but the first time that I saw her, I don't even think we met at this point. It was probably late 80s, early 90s. And I was at a drum clinic at Gordon Miller Music.
Yeah.
For Nico McBrain from Iron Maiden's drummer. He was there for Pasty Cymbals.
Yeah.
And I forget how it happened, but I think he invited her up to play his drums. And I see this wild curly-haired chick just crushing it on the drums and just jaw dropped.
Yeah.
So that was my first introduction to our guest today. And then later I got to know her band, Scarlet Angel, who's been popular and doing it here in Baltimore for some time. And they're reuniting very soon. We'll talk about that. But then later on, we got to do a lot of things at Kim's Crypt Haunted Mill, which is where she is now, Spring Grove, Pennsylvania. I mean, this place is next level haunted attraction.
It's
crazy. Right? I mean, it's absolutely incredible.
She doesn't know this, but when I don't know how many years ago it was, I took my kids to Kim's crib. I didn't call you purposely. I didn't reach out because I didn't want anything. And I know you would have given me the royal treatment and I would have not paid for a thing. I would have been skipped all the lines. I didn't want that. And I went, and it was I hate haunted houses. I didn't go in shit. I took the babysitter with me and they helped. Yeah. And they went through all that shit. I sat there waiting for my kids. Yeah. But it was, I was so blown away knowing how this person started and where they were. It's an
incredible story. So let's bring her in. She's the owner of Kim Crypt Haunted Mill out in Spring Grove, Pennsylvania. Kim Yates is here with us. What's
up, what an introduction, guys. Mickey, Matt, you guys are the best. I've known you guys for so long. I mean, we go way, way back with both radio stations that you guys work for.
Crazy.
And oh my gosh.
I was telling Mickey before I came in here, they were absolutely my favorite radio appearances to do were at Kim's Crypt. Yeah. So much fun. And for people that don't know, this is an entire haunted town.
It is.
Yeah. I mean, it's not just a haunted house.
No, it's not.
Or an attraction. It's a town that she bought in Spring Grove, right?
When you're driving there from where you're coming from, D.C., Baltimore, Virginia, where you're coming from, people come from all over.
Oh, I believe it.
And once you kind of go, cross the railroad tracks and you're like maybe 30 seconds away, you feel it. You see the lights. You see the smoke. You hear the music.
I mean, there's you drive underneath this banner of the town that she owns there.
It's the town, both sides. You got the Haunted Mill over here and the House of Eyes over there. And
how many structures and how many acres?
It's 62 and a half acres, 5 attractions, 2 escape rooms, 4 hearses and more. It's crazy.
And a haunted trail, right?
Yeah, that's for the Terror Trail's part of it.
Wow.
You have the House of Eyes, the Horror Magus Mill, the Haunted Mill, Dark Despair, too, the one that everybody either loves or they hate.
Is that the one where you're squeezing through?
Yeah, it's the one where you have to go in by yourself, but then you have to figure your way out. But then there's other people you run into. You never know if they're characters or what. It's crazy.
Kim, I will sing your praises the rest of my life. I will do anything you ever ask of me. I will give you my time, my money, whatever you want.
I'll take it all.
Don't ever ask me to walk in one of these goddamn things. I hate them so much. But Kim, I want to start with you because I want people to know you're the greatest self-promoter I ever met. I got you, baby. You need them up or down?
Down a little bit.
Down? All right, let me know when it's good.
It's too much.
How about now?
Way too much.
Are they going?
Go back up. Go back up.
All right. All right.
Go back up.
All right. You tell me when.
There you go.
Okay.
All right. Good.
So I want to tell people about you because, like I say, you're the greatest self-promoter I've ever met in my life. You're so into it and so crazy and wild.
And it's natural.
But
no drugs, no alcohol.
Here's the thing I really love about you is when the mic's off. You are the kindest, just truly good person. You really are, Kim. And you are, I haven't met many people like this in my life. But Matt, I don't know if you've ever experienced this. You ever get around someone and you just feel calm? Like it doesn't matter. You're just with that person. It's not sexual. It's good energy, not romantic. It's just like I enjoy the moment I'm having with this person. And Kim, you are, I swear to you, you are great for karma in my life. I just adore you.
And the funny thing is, I'm in a band called Karma.
Yeah,
that's right.
But no,
I'm playing this Sunday at the Gray Manor Inn at 3:00. Come see Karma.
By the way, Gray Manor Inn, listen to this. I have a comedy show there. I'm going to have a date in a minute, in July. I'm so excited to be there. I went and saw the outside.
To plug here, man.
Yeah, Matt's going to be hanging out with me at my comedy show at Great Manor. But no, Kim, we're going to have fun now. But I wanted to be sincere with you. We've sat at opposing drum sets and played together.
Yes,
she taught me. This is no lie. I was learning in the band. I had like a day to learn Crazy Train by Ozzy on drums. I went to her house. I was having trouble with these triplet things in the beginning. And she's like, no, give me those sticks. She sat there, she did, and I'm like, I got it now. I sat right down and did it. She goes, that's all you got to do. I was like, thank you.
You are a music teacher too, aren't you?
Yeah, I teach drums.
I thought so.
I was teaching vocal lessons for a while, a little bit of guitar.
Yeah, that's the other thing. You can sing your ass off.
Thank you.
And you know what else I loved about Kim? When I was at the Hammerjacks days, all the dudes, hey, what's up? All these assholes, hey, what's up? Kim walked in. I don't care what band they were in. I don't care how big they were. Kim! Everybody loved Kim, man.
Of course.
Well, they all respected her as a musician.
Right.
But she was so fucking cool. It's like somebody said to me, name something bad about Kim. And one time I went like this. If you're close and it's windy, her hair will smack the shit out of you. That's the worst thing I can say about Kim.
Right.
That's it. It's the only negative thing I know. But you're also badass rock star. Like, you're not cheesy. You're not like, it's just, you're the coolest.
Thank you.
I adore you, man.
I do appreciate that. I really do.
Kim, I would love to hear, because you've got just the haunted empire right now, but you started, it was humble, small beginnings for you, right?
It was.
I mean, tell me, like, where did the initial interest for just a haunted attraction in general come about? How did it come about with you? And then where did it start for you?
Well, when I was young and growing up, my parents took me to Disney World back in like in the 70s.
Yeah.
And I went through the haunted mansion and I loved it. And I'm like, this is cool. The hitchhiking ghosts and all, and they're in their little car with you. And I'm like, and then Dad took me to the gift shop, bought me my first monster mask. I put it on and we were driving home in the 1967 Grand Prix with no air conditioning. Yeah, that's right. It was hot. So I got this mask on. I'm scaring kids out the window, and I loved it. So we made a monster out of his clothes, stuffed him with newspaper.
You and your dad?
Yes.
Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
What a beautiful, I love this story.
So this is what we did for Halloween. And we made him, man, we put the mask on and he sat in the chair and all the kids would come, knocking on the door, trick or treat. Is that real?
Yeah.
And I love that. I'm like, this is cool.
Yeah.
So then every year I wanted to go back to Disney World to get another mask. And we kind of did for a while. And then I discovered Spencer's Gifts.
Yeah.
And, all that, like, and black lights and strobe lights and spider webs and things like that.
Yeah.
So that's basically how it evolved as a young child decorating my parents' living room.
It's been a lifetime for you.
Yeah. So this is literally a lifelong passion that you have managed. It's so impressive.
Right.
And it's such a niche thing.
It is. But back then I was like collecting all the Aurora horror monster models.
Yeah.
I had all those and the Telco animatronics, the little ones that move. They're like, got some this big that I have all those in my collection.
You've got an incredible, I don't even know if I've seen all of it, but there's a bunch of it up at the Haunted Mill, right?
It's a lot of it. It's really amazing. And then that stuff you can't even buy. And it goes for like high dollar on eBay. And the thing is, I don't buy it to sell it for high dollar. I buy it because I like it and I want people to see it.
You're a true collector.
Yeah, I want people to see it.
That's like Jay Leno one time. I heard a great line. He has some of the rarest cars on the planet.
Yeah.
And somebody said to him one time, Jay, when do you know when to sell it? He goes, I don't sell anything, man.
Yeah. He just loves it.
He goes, I buy them. I guess they'll get rid of them when I die.
Yeah.
That's what he says.
Yeah.
They'll get rid of them when I die. It's amazing.
Did you start out of your house then with the first one?
So then what happened was I was always decorating my parents' house.
Yeah.
And then as I evolved and moved and things, I was living here and there before I bought my first house at 24, which I did.
Yeah.
That's when it really started to take off. I had coffins in the
stay a little closer to the mic, hon. You're good.
Coffins in the front yard and I was like decorating it up, and then the news was coming, Channel 2, 13.
Is that right? The news showed up at your house? How did that happen?
I remember
How did that happen?
They showed up. And they just had cameras and film, and they said, "Hey, we want to."
Grassroots, they found out about it, or how did they?
Because the neighbors and all people was and people were coming to that. This was and they would just come to the house and film, and I would go live and all that, and then it grew from there.
Kim, if I could, real quick, Matt, to her point, this is pre-internet. This is pre any of that shit.
Right.
Yeah.
This is people that were like, "Hey, man, there's this girl in Rosedale, wherever it was, this girl that has a house." Yeah. That she decorates like the sickest thing you've ever seen, and people would just drive through her neighborhood.
Were you charging money at that point?
Well, when it first started, no, it was 1994 when I first bought my house in Rosedale. That's when it really started as Kim's Crypt.
Yeah.
So we called it Kim's Crypt. We had people coming out of the we would dig graves and had people coming out of the graves. We had people jumping off the roof.
It was insane.
It was. And we had we would build our own coffins, and we had I'll never forget this. The man passed away now, but his name was Chuck, and him and his daughter, they had real bones inside bread dough, and he had a real blade, and he was cutting, and his daughter was sitting there going,
oh my God.
And he had a syringe and was going, shh. This is back in the day, This is back in the day. We had our own and we would take like a broomstick and put a monster head on it. And somebody would be in the basement going, kiss him on the head, wake the dead. We'd go, bloop, bloop, bloop. I mean, we were like, and it worked back then because this was the 90s before all these big animatronics.
Yeah.
And it worked. But then I remember going to Distortions Unlimited, and I went there and bought the first, the electric chair, the thing that goes like,
yeah.
I had that in my living room, and we had a set of drums in the living room.
How'd you like to date Kim? She brings you home for the first time. Here, have a seat in my electric chair.
So did you have just friends that would help you out with this?
I had friends in the neighborhood that would help me out. And then as it evolved, I met like makeup artists and people that were really good with props and knew how to make things. And I was like, oh, that's cool.
Are any of them still with you today?
Actually, a few of them are.
Wow.
And they've actually moved up to the property, and that's how dedicated they are.
Do you live on the property?
I do not. I still live in Rosedale in that same house.
Wow. Are you serious, Kim?
Yeah, I do.
No kidding.
But I have a room up there that I stay at, so I can stay there for as many days as I want.
Yeah, you're self-sufficient if you're up there.
Yeah, and then I come back, but I still have that house.
Yeah,
and I love that house. It works for me. We had band practice there. It's just a lot going on.
Was it weird to just have the public walking through your house on Halloween or whatever you did it?
I loved it. It was we were when we first did it. It was the 12 days of Halloween. So we went 12 days all the way up to Halloween.
Yeah,
and then it was free back then. And then everybody kept saying, "Man, you need to charge. You need to charge." So I put a donation pumpkin out. People were putting donations in there. And then after a while, we did start to charge like $5 or something.
Sure.
And then we kind of outgrew the house. Then we were at next to King's Liquors one year. Remember the old Woody's restaurant?
Oh, Pulaski.
Yes.
Yeah, I remember that.
We were there one year. That was amazing. And then we were at the Middle River
I remember that one.
The VFW Hall for 3 years.
Okay.
And we were in Dundalk for 5 years. And then
what was that? Was that a house in Dundalk?
No, Dundalk was next to Maxway. Remember that? The strip mall that's now like Texas Roadhouse or something?
Yeah, I totally remember all this.
Yeah, that was, then we were there for a good 5 years. And then we moved to Essex, and we were in the basement of the right across the street from old Uncle Eddie's.
I forget what that place. Yeah,
it's like a government building or something upstairs, and then downstairs was a haunted house. It was amazing. We had like different pods,
and that's kind of where you built your name. Like really got big.
Yep,
was down there in the basement, right?
Well, I would say it really started growing once me and you were doing
the morning
show. And then people heard that, and they could see, they could hear the natural passion and excitement in my voice.
I wish Kim was selling stock back then, because I'd be a freaking millionaire, because I could have got in for about 4 cents.
Right.
Yeah. No, Kim, honestly, like, here's the other thing that I don't think people really put in perspective. 30 years ago or whatever it was when you started, I mean, no offense, the idea of a woman building this kind of franchised empire, in a sense, I never knew any ladies like that. I didn't know women that just from the neighborhood that said, I'm gonna start a business. Then you end up buying 70 acres in Spring Grove, and having an entire town that's haunted.
How did you find this town, and what was the whole process of you acquiring that?
All right, how that happened was.
Well, wait, let's do this story chronologically, Matt, because I'm like you. I can get into that right away.
Okay.
So you're where was the last place you said was Essex? So you're at Essex for 5 years.
We were in Essex for 5 years.
And it really grew.
Yeah, it was doing very well. I was very happy. I was happy in Dundalk, but they made us leave. They kept the lease would run out.
So was Essex the same thing? Was your lease up after 5? So
no,
why
was not
why did you leave Essex in 5 years?
So in 2014, we were doing fine. We were good. We had lines. People were happy. In 2014, I got a message from a friend that said the Haunted Mill Scream Park in Spring Grove, PA is going up for auction in June. I said, really? Now, at this point, I had been working for the Maryland State Highway Administration
other thing.
Full time.
She's a big truck driving gal.
Right.
Out there on 95 and shit.
Yeah.
I used to see her in her yellow shit. I'd beeping when she'd laugh her ass off. Yeah, man.
Yeah. So I worked for the Maryland State Highway Administration for 33 plus years.
Wow.
So I was a supervisor for CHART, and that was the incident and accident response team.
Yeah.
So we were the ones out there. And plus I was changing tires, pulling trucks out of the middle of the road.
Wow.
Kim was the coolest dude on the streets, man.
Yeah. Helping the animals. I would stop traffic and you get the ducks across the street.
No kidding.
Yeah, it was
So
crazy.
you were cleaning up accidents and stuff too.
Absolutely. Yeah. And towing vehicles and relocating it. We were the relocators. The ones with the trucks and the aero boards and the cones.
Yep.
That was us. I was a supervisor of many men.
Okay.
Many men.
Yeah. So Kim, so what happens? 5 years you're there.
Yeah. So we're there. So 2014, we're there. And this is funny. This is Friday the 13th. We were open. We had Warrington Gillette there, the real Jason from Friday the 13th Part 2.
Oh, wow.
Right.
Yeah, he was there. So the next day they were having the auction. Now, at this point, I had worked a long time for the Maryland State Highway Administration. And if anybody knows me, I don't do drugs. I don't smoke.
That's why we got along so great. For real.
And
I didn't do drugs. I didn't drink. Right.
Now I don't even do caffeine. No soda, nothing.
Which blows me away, by the way. We'll get into that later.
So it's all natural. And the funny thing is, because I don't have any bad habits, I save a lot. And I'm very, how you can say it, frugal. If somebody throws pizza away, I'll eat it out of the trash.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, there's old donuts. Give me those. I'll eat them. So I save my money.
Sure.
So they said that, auction. There's an auction on June 14th. So it was the next day after we were open. So me and some of my friends, prior to that, in May, you got to look at it, check out the property, take pictures and all that. Check it out. I was like,
and how old are these buildings, and what was it before?
It was 1700s is when the Haunted Mill itself was built.
Real history there.
It was a grist mill back then.
Yeah.
The water made a turn and all that. And then across the street, the House of Eyes, they called it the Dark Zone and all that. So it was already an established haunted park called the Haunted Mill Scream Park.
I see.
So they've been around 5 years more than we had. So they were like one of the first around.
Gotcha.
Wow.
And so I had been looking at it. I'm like, this is cool. I said, you think we could do this? You think? And I'll put it out there. If we moved up there to PA, would you come? And everybody was like, yes. So went to the auction.
I remember this day. I do. I remember it.
Went to the now. I was getting ready. I'll never forget this either. Now, at this point, I had worked many years for the state highway. I think this is 20 some years. So I wasn't quite at retirement age yet, or time yet. So I had, and the phone rang and they asked me to work overtime, and I never said no to overtime. I was the overtime queen, and I went and I thought about it. I could make time and a half, or I could go to auction, which I probably won't win anyway.
Wow.
I said, no, I can't come to that.
Almost missed it by this much, huh?
That much.
Wow.
I love this.
I would normally, I always said yes. I said, I can't. I have plans today, but thank you for calling. Hung up the phone. I almost didn't go.
Yeah.
I almost didn't go because that's how much I loved overtime.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
That's
so got, me, Jerry, Rachel, and Todd went up there. We went in my, I think it was, I don't even know what truck I was driving at the time. My Pathfinder, or was maybe Explorer. We drove up there, and this is the funny thing. I had my checkbook in hand. I knew how much money I had. Drove up there. And there was like realtors and
how many people do you think were there bidding on it?
I mean, bidding, I don't know, but there was a lot of people there. There was people that were interested in the club. There was people that were interested in buying it for themselves, and farmers and other haunted houses and things like that. So I got up there, I got out, and I was kind of, on fire because we were open the night before. I probably still had bloody makeup on.
Right.
I'm like, Kim's crypt in the house. You can all go home now. I got this. Oh, yeah, I got out. I was all confident and stuff. And people were like, people taking pictures and stuff. And the bidding started, and they said, okay, we're going to start the bidding with the Haunted Mill Screen Park. Then they talked about all that you get, the 62.5 acres, you get the 9 tenants, the homes, you get the club, you get the haunted houses and all. We're going to start the bidding at $1 million. Whoo! Everybody kind of went.
Yeah.
We just kind of sat there. Nobody bid.
Wow.
So then it got down to like 200,000. And then it was going in 50,000 increments. So it was me and this guy, Jeff.
They were dropping the price down.
Yeah, they dropped it way down.
Yeah. And when they finally got a bite, it was 250.
It was about 2.
Then it started incrementing at
50,000.
That makes sense.
So Jeff would bid, and then I would go 250, 350, 4.
Yep.
We were bidding back and forth. And then there was another lady that was bidding, but she was kind of on the phone.
Yeah, always.
She's like, I'm like, what's
she's
that?
representing somebody.
Yeah, so she was on the phone, and then she kind of dropped out.
You had no nerves at this point?
I was ready. I was
determined. So you're not. You knew your top number.
I knew my top number, and I knew what I was going to do.
Yeah.
So we're bidding back and forth, and everybody's looking and all. So it got up to like 450, and then he went 5. And instead of going 550, I went 525, and it got silent, real silent. Going once. Do I hear 550? Nobody spoke. I'm like, get. He said, going once, going. And he did the gavel, right? Boom. I got excited. I started screaming. I started hugging strangers, and I was like happy. And I started calling people, right? So then there was another piece of land beyond the fence. There was another like 40 some acres and a house that I didn't even know about.
In addition to the 62 acres?
Exactly. 62 and a half.
62
I didn't even know.
Get your shit right, Matt.
I didn't even know about the house up on the hill. I had no clue about it. And I didn't really care at this point because I knew that any money that I had left over needed to go to the repairs and get ready.
To build out whatever you need.
You know, because we had stuff that we had to take care of. So I was cool. I'm like, I don't care about the house. I didn't bid. People were coming over to me. You need to bid on that house. I'm like, I'm good. So that went down, and other guy, Jeff, got the house. He got the house, and those 40 whatever acres, I got this. Everybody was happy, right?
Just like a residence.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
So we were happy. We were just like, yeah. So then he says, everybody's there. All right, we're going to put both properties together now, the house and the haunt. Yes, he did. And he says, we're going to put them together. Do I hear, because he got it for like whatever it was, 225. Do I hear 775 for both? I was like, you did like this. You can see the pictures too.
Yeah.
You notice I was all happy and some, and I'm going like that because I said, you did like this.
Closed it.
You did the gavel. And everybody's yelling and screaming. And people are going, bullshit.
Wow.
And
You can say,
Wow.
They were yelling and screaming.
So they all had your back.
Oh, yes, they did. And people, especially the club members, because they want me to keep their club. So, but anyway, check this out. So then the owner, she said, you, get off my property now. She started kicking people off the property.
You?
No.
People with you she kicked off?
No, people that were protesting.
Okay.
They were mad. She kicked people off her property because it was still her property at that point. She made them leave. So then he opened it back up. Do I hear 775? 70-75 for both properties. I said, this is bull crap because he won, I won. So me and him looked at each other. If he was going to bid, I would have bid. I would have kept going.
Yeah.
I would have swept floors at Walmart. I don't care.
You were winning on principle.
I was going to win at this point. So he said it. Nobody spoke. He kept doing, do I hear 775 for both properties? He didn't speak. I didn't speak. And he says, okay, sold for what it was. So he got his and I got mine.
So it worked out the original price in the end.
So it was $525.
Yeah.
Now, Kim, I'm going to ask you, it's none of my business.
Yep.
What was your top number? Where were you willing to go that day? If you want to share, if not, I understand.
At this point, I probably would have kept going no matter what to get that. It didn't matter.
I'm saying when you pulled up, what was the number in your head you said, I can't go over? Was it 700? Was it $1 million?
It's hard to say what the exact number was at that point.
Yeah.
It was like 11 years ago. But I knew that no matter what, I wanted that.
Yeah.
And I would have done it, no matter what.
At $525, you got all that.
I got the whole thing.
Have you been able, was it a smart financial decision?
Absolutely. It was a smart financial decision.
So you're looking back after how many years now?
And I paid it off in July.
Oh my God,
serious?
that's amazing.
How
Congratulations,
How many years did it take you?
Incredible.
1 month.
Wow.
I paid it off.
So
I bought it June 14th is when I went to auction, June 14th.
Yeah.
And I had to pay the 10% up front
of course,
for the auction fee.
Yeah.
And they had to chase me around because I was doing interviews with people and all that. The auctioneers go, come here. I'm like, you can wait. We need that check. I said, yeah. Well, guess what? You didn't have to put it together.
So how long did it take you to actually get it together for business?
Yeah.
We were open that year.
Is it? Wow.
Yeah.
So you did it quickly.
4 months.
Yeah. So what happened was this was June.
Yeah.
So in July, we went to the lawyer and all that, and I wrote him a check. Here you go, and gave him his check, and thought the place was all mine.
And tell people about your amazing attractions that are there now that they can come see at Kim's Cribs.
They are amazing. Well, we did a lot to them. We had a lot of work to do. Now we didn't miss a year. So let me tell you what happened that year. That year, we still had a lease in Essex. So we had the lease through 2015. So I put it on Facebook. I said, hey, I'm looking for a manager to manage the Essex Crypt while I'm up here in PA. And several people, answered. And next thing you know, Trixie I don't know if you know which one she is. She's the clown with the black and white face.
I know who
Yeah,
Trixie
I know
is.
who
She's
Trixie is.
crazy. So
You've got some great characters up there.
She managed it
2014
and 2015 while I was up in Spring Grove, like
Building
running
the
that.
new, yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
So that was crazy. So and then in 2015, I could have renewed the lease, but I'm like, I think it's smarter to let that go.
Good
bring
for
all
you,
that
Kim.
up here and just build this better.
Sure.
So at that point, in the first year, which was 2014, when we were open as Kim's Crypt Haunted Mill, it was no second or third floor of the mill. It was just one floor and a basement. And next thing you know, following year, we opened the second floor. Years later, we got the third floor.
Mhm.
We expanded. We brought back the Horror Mangus Mill.
You're
featuring
always
the
doing something new
dragons,
there,
The
it seems
swamp.
like. Yeah.
The vampire room. And the thing is, let me tell you something though. It's not just Kim of Kim's Crypt. I got an incredible team. These guys work their tails off.
How big is your team now? You've got over 100 people there, don't you?
100 people that work there for the Halloween season. Yes.
Yeah.
But for like my day crew, we're looking at like 9-10 people that work for me daily.
Right.
That's
Year round?
Yes.
You pay, wait a minute.
Yes. Daily.
Pay 10 people year round.
Yes.
Yeah, you know what?
Every
Most
day.
people don't realize. Talk about this, Kim, because most
Holy
people don't
shit, I'm
realize.
getting my mind blown.
Every day.
They see
Monday
all these
through Friday.
huge lines coming into Kim's Crypt Haunted Mill, and they're looking at the price of the tickets they're paying, and they think you're rolling in dough. But there's so many costs that are involved with running that place.
Yes,
year
there
round,
is.
right?
You have no idea.
Yeah.
That's
so talk
why,
about that a little bit.
So a lot of people are like, and they do the numbers and then they think about this. They're like, I'm going to run a haunted house. Well, first of all, you better know timing. You better know how to scare people. You better know the art of scaring, because it's not just I'm going to stand at the corner
and the legalities of it too, right?
Oh yes.
Yeah.
I got a lawyer on retainer. Insurance, I could, with the money that I pay insurance, I could buy a house every year.
I was gonna say, I can't imagine what your insurance is.
Yeah, insurance, and then the advertising.
Yeah.
Out
Kim,
the roof.
Kim, and I realize you can say shut up, Nikki. I like asking questions that I think people listening want to know. Yeah. So I'll ask them, answer what you want. Busy, if you have your best season coming up, I mean, over the course of that, how long are you open? 6 weeks?
7 weeks. 7 weekends.
Over that, right? Over those 7 weekends, I mean, how many people do you think? How many people are coming?
She probably knows.
Yeah, I mean, rough. Yeah. I mean, is it 10,000 people?
It's more than that, I would say.
Wow.
20?
It depends.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, COVID year was incredible.
I believe that.
Yeah.
COVID people want to get out of the house, right?
It was like the first night that we opened, I couldn't believe the cars that were rolling in. I'm like, what?
I'm surprised you could operate during COVID, actually.
What we did was we opened 3 of the 5 attractions because we didn't know what was going to happen. The ones that were less tight.
Yeah.
And we
the trail.
Great.
People could do the trail, I'm sure, right?
Exactly. Yeah. And the thing is, it worked out really well for us. And I did way less advertising because I didn't know what was going to happen.
Yeah.
While others were closing and they were, just giving up. I never gave up. We kept going. Even when, like I talk about this, even when in Essex, we had the formaldehyde spill.
Yeah.
Y'all even remember that?
Yeah.
We had a formaldehyde spill.
Oh my God.
And they had the helicopters. They had to close down Eastern Avenue on both sides.
How do I not remember that? That's crazy.
Yeah, I remember. That was wild.
So what happened was people give me things all the time. Mannequins, coffins, hearses, and just,
relatives, dead bodies, that kind of stuff. Yeah,
they said, hey, do you want, so I got some of these like bats and skulls and tongues and dead animals and things in jars of formaldehyde. Do you want them? I'm like, sure. Okay. So they gave them to me and we had these items and for people could see. And what happened one night, the actors were acting in the room and these jars were on the shelf and people moved things from where they were in a safe position to where they weren't. And the actor hit it off the shelf and it accidentally broke. Oh. So formaldehyde, this was a long time ago. It started, and then they tried to clean it up with like Windex and 409 and all, and that kind of made it worse. Next thing you know, the eyes were, it spread. So we had to evacuate. We got everybody out, and people were coughing and sneezing and carrying on, and the people came in the white suits. It was crazy. So people still talk about that. They're like, I remember that. Wow. It's like, yeah, that's like the only time I ever had to give a refund.
Yeah. Well, that's good. I mean, that's pretty good.
But the funny thing is we did say, hey, look, you can use your tickets anytime. You can come back. And most people did.
Yeah.
But that was like a crazy time. But we got rid of all the formaldehyde stuff because it's like we don't
What
want that.
what are the
again.
big attractions you have now, though, Kim, that people can come see there?
Let me drink some water. On
Yeah,
that.
go ahead. But while you're doing that, Kim, Matt, I want to ask you: do you like haunted houses? Like, are you into the haunted?
I'm fascinated by, all the sets and different rooms.
That stuff's cool.
I love that. You know what I don't like about it?
I don't like
jump scares.
Yeah, I don't like jump scares.
I don't like it, but I love being around it all.
Yeah,
and I'm fascinated by it. And there was a person in my neighborhood. I live in Nottingham, and there was a neighborhood haunted house. It was just a garage that somebody had, and they moved recently. And I'm like, I should take that over. I want to do that for the neighborhood.
Could you do it? You think you could pull it off?
I don't know. I would have to call Kim and get some advice. I think But
one of the creepiest things.
I wouldn't charge money. It would just be for kids that came to the neighborhood.
One of the creepiest things I ever went through. Was this like it was in a guy's house, but like the way he did it, you went through a trail that was about 1.5 feet wide. That's it. And he on curtains. You went up steps. You couldn't see anything. So like as you're walking, like you walk by, they just you through the sheet, they would like touch your head.
Would touch you. Oh
and
my
you're
God.
like, and you just want to turn around and start punching people. Oh, it's so freaky.
We've been punched before, kicks. People pull. Is your hair real? Like, yeah, my hair real. Who wants to look like this? Come on. I mean, really. You go out of your way to look like this craziness.
So how many times have you been hit or punched?
The funny thing is, I'm not even an actor at the haunted house. I'm more of a character to walk around, take pictures, talk to you, and all that. But every now and then when my escape room person doesn't open, I have to run that because they're not there, which happens quite often. But Trixie, she gets punched all the time because there's
can you imagine?
She's in her, as she calls it, her hole. There's a dark hole in the house of eyes, and you'll never see her. And what happens is we get these big guys going, I don't get scared. And they're all big, and she's like, oh, we know. Then they're coming by, they're walking. All of a sudden, all she's got to do is go out of the dark, like a snarl, right? And they go, and they draw back and try to punch.
I was going to say, some people's first reaction is to throw a fist.
And she gets him, and she's like, got you. And he's like, you did. And that happens a lot. Other haunted houses come through. And she gets them all the time. It's a dark corner. You don't see it. You don't expect it. And it's like, bam. It's great. We love that.
Are you like in that business, the other places, the other big attractions, is it a friendly competition or are you all like out to destroy the other? I know you love everybody.
You know me. I'm not out to destroy anybody.
But do you get flack from other vendors? Promoters, whatever you call it?
Other haunted attractions.
Yeah.
Or is it a supportive scene?
For the most part, 99% of them.
Fair enough. And there's one or two assholes out there.
There you go.
Got it.
We're going to leave it at that.
I just, you know what I mean? I wondered if in general.
It's probably any business though, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
But there's some businesses where it's just flat out war.
Yeah.
You're every man for himself. Right. And then there's other, like a lot of bar owners will help other bar owners. Yeah. Hey, I can't get my cup delivery till tomorrow. Yeah. Oh, no problem. Come over, pick up 2 boxes.
Exactly. That's the way it should be.
Absolutely.
And I'm friends with a lot of haunts out there. I mean,
who's your closest in relative geography wise?
Geography. We're going to say Harris Nightmare. Carlos, my friend, very good friend of mine.
How far is that?
Westminster.
Oh, what? So that's what, a good 35, 40 minutes, right?
35 minutes.
Yeah, that's not like he's not a neighbor. No, there's plenty of room for everybody.
And I don't look at it like, oh, he's my competition. Right. I look at it, he's my friend.
Yeah.
Come here, go there.
Well, I was going to say, a lot of people make the rounds during this Halloween season.
Yeah, and the thing is, if you do it right, you can probably hit 2 in a night. Now, it depends on the night. If you come on a Saturday night, you're gonna long lines.
If you go to Kim's, man, you could spend an entire day there.
Oh,
You've got so much going on. Yeah.
Yes, we do.
It's incredible.
We're talking about the attractions now. Built in the 1700s, you got the Haunted Mill Scream Park.
Yeah.
The Haunted Mill itself is 4 floors. You got the basement, first floor, second, and it's so much going on. We got reapers. We got vampires. We got rooms and just the catacombs in the basement alone is so creepy, scary. And a lot of times people scare their own selves because they don't know what's going on. You know?
Right.
I paid a cover charge and I'm shaking. I'm like, I can't handle it.
And what we do is,
she's got people scaring people in the parking lot.
I know.
And it's all about the diversity. Like the way I feel is if everything's the same, then there's no like surprise.
Yeah.
If everything's like, oh, boom, 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 but it's like just like the music. You're going to hear it loud over here. It might be soft over there and subtle. It's all about diversity, the ups and downs. The scares are
That's
here.
the artist in you, Kim. That's the artist in you.
You know what's the crazy part too, man? You get to the point when you're at Kim's crypt. You're walking through the place and you're like, after a while, you're just like, I don't know if that's a dummy or a real person that's going to jump and you drive yourself crazy with that, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Kim, I tell you, you are a fascinating human being. I mean that. I'm so glad I've gotten to meet you over the years and know your story, because not only is it like a story of growth and potential, but it's also, to me, it's a story of when good people do good things happen. And you're a good person, Kim, and to see the good that you've been able to build for yourself and your company and your team.
It's inspiring. It really is. Isn't it? Her story?
It's incredible. I'm telling you, I've been waiting I wanted to reach out to you week one. You were like one of my first guests. And I'm going to be honest with you. The reason I waited to talk to you is because I wanted to have an audience. I wanted people to hear your story.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's the truth, Kim.
I appreciate that.
You're one of my favorite people I've met along this road. And although we'll go a long time and not speak, when I see you, I feel like I saw you yesterday.
Exactly.
I love that about you.
And people still equate us together.
I know they do.
I remember you. I mean, you guys were funny. And
we had glass together.
We really did.
Oh.
And they shaved my head bald.
Dude, that hair.
Yeah.
Wow. Is that right?
Minus a little gray. Looked exactly the same.
Exactly.
It looked exactly. And we buzzed it on air.
Wow.
And you looked incredible with it, by the way. Incredible.
And then what they did was they did a makeover on me.
That was
makeup
hilarious.
and they put me in a dress and heels.
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah.
I still remember it. Because the thing with Kim, right? Even when I first met her, when you meet Kim, she's like the coolest girl you ever meet, right? Dressed cool as shit. But like, you are so I don't want to say non-girly. That's not what I mean. You're a woman. You're definitely a girl.
She's a rocker chick.
But you're rocker. But you're not like prissy.
No.
You don't mind getting your hands
That's
dirty.
right.
Most of the girls I've ever seriously dated in my life, I've never dated like princesses. I like a girl that'll jump in the dirt with me.
Yeah.
She's
got a tongue collection.
Yeah.
Animal tongue collection, you know?
Yeah. I've always wanted to date a girl that was 10 times more man than I am. But Kim, I swear to you, I adore you. And I am honored to know you. And I am a fan from day one. I'm a fan. I wish you nothing but success.
I appreciate that.
I hope one day there's Kim's Crypts all over the country, man.
Yeah,
you're just the best. We're gonna get into the news, Kim. You hang out with us
real quick before we do that, because you've got like a year-round attraction up there, and you've got an event. Let's plug her event before we get into it.
Yeah, let me see this. So it's Kim's Crypt.
Tell us about it.
Yeah,
Kim's
what is it?
Camp Out is this Saturday, guys. It's this Saturday, 6 p.m. to 7 a.m. It's 13-hour overnight horror experience to die for cash prizes. It's a scavenger hunt. So the more things that you do for high point value, the more points you're going to get.
And the most points win.
Yes.
Yeah.
And in the morning, you either get $100, 75 or 50, first, second, third.
So people
prize.
are up all night doing this?
Yes, they're up all night. Now check this out. Head shaving, high dollar points, high points.
Wow.
Tattooing, Kim's Crypt Tattoos.
Nice.
You can get a Kim's Crypt tattoo. Yes, you can. There's going to do makeovers. You might, men have makeup, random jar of Axe. There's all kind of stuff. And there's in the trail this year, we got something special. Now, Trixie is basically the coordinator and did all this. Her mind works in mysterious ways. She's nuts. You think I'm crazy? She's nuts. She'll wake up at 2 a.m. and go, "Oh, we got to do this. We got to do that." And she'll like put it. She's the mastermind behind this craziness. And her and my team have been working hard every single day getting this thing ready.
So there's no sleeping at this event.
No, there's not.
Yeah.
And we have an obstacle course. We have things to do nonstop. Of course, all the haunted houses will be
all
up
in the dark,
and the escape rooms, her stuff, things going on. But everything has a purpose and a point value.
Yeah.
While being abducted, blood pulled from your tents, thrown in the creek.
Yeah,
and people love that. People love that.
I know
you
they
know
do.
what she has, Mick? She has, you can take a hearse ride in the back of a hearse inside of a coffin that they close.
Yeah.
No.
Could you do that?
No.
I don't want to do that either.
I couldn't even ride in a passenger.
Just letting you know, we still have tickets available. So if you want to go to Kim's Crypt Campout, this is our last campout. Go to kimscrypt.com as you love and get your tickets now before we sell out, because this is the last campout. So check it out. kimscrypt.com campout. This is it, folks.
It's Kim's Crypt with a K,
yes.
right? Yeah,
yes. Yeah. And also, this is an 18 and over event, and we will touch you.
Maybe I will
Scary.
go. Maybe I will go.
But check
Scary
this out.
Touching.
Also, there's a safe zone. There's a safe zone.
So you can check out and say, leave me the fuck alone for a little bit.
It's for people who want to sleep, because some people have a long drive.
Gotcha. Yeah.
We got people coming from all over Florida, Maine, Texas,
Are you serious?
California, UK.
That's
UK.
incredible.
Yeah, 2 years.
I mean, how do you have fans all over the world?
Because Kim's Crypt Campout, actually, it built. It was like 4 years we did it, and then we stopped for a while because that's so much work for 13 hours.
Sure.
So much.
I believe it.
And then people like, oh, what are you going to do? Please do the camp out. So we're doing it one more year. Now, we're saying this is the last one, but you never know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
I can't wait for Kim's Crypt concert, where you have like you think I'm kidding? Like a big rock show at night up there on the property.
A King Diamond show.
Yeah.
There you go. I'm not going. All right.
We need to do that.
Let's get to the news brought to us by Barnes Paving, BARNESpaving.com. Give them a call or check them out online. Make sure you mention Mickey Talks. You get 10% off anything from driveways, cracks, whatever you need done. Milling, they're the best. BarnesPaving.com. Here he is, the world's greatest pseudo newsman. It is Matt with That's the Facts. Matt, what do we got?
Right. So Sean Diddy Combs, the trial, day 25 has happened, and a gag order was violated. Prosecutors for the Sean Diddy Combs trial expect to rest their case on Friday. Court is not in session tomorrow in observance of Juneteenth. Closing statements could be heard next week. Diddy's legal team indicated to the judge that they need at most 5 days to present their defense. Diddy will not testify in his defense. And an attorney said, quote, "We're making adjustments as we go. We could take shorter than 2 days." So Tuesday's session, started with the judge warning the lead attorneys that he may sanction them for violating the court's gag order. The judge had read news stories by TMZ and Daily Mail that contained information from Friday's session that was not public knowledge. He said, quote, "One or more people in this courtroom leaked. I will swiftly investigate and punish any violations that took place."
Yeah, I must say, I'm following this trial from afar.
Yeah.
Kind of reading recaps every day.
Yep.
This judge ain't no Ito, dude. He's laying down the hammer.
Of course. Yeah.
And I feel like good that like this Hollywood bullshit isn't going to happen again, that this guy's getting a real trial.
Yeah.
I mean, is that what you're gathering from it?
Oh yeah, he's not playing any games.
Yeah.
The media's not even allowed in the courtroom.
Yeah, this guy was
they're doing drawings of the people, old school drawings.
Yeah.
Jurors wore headphones for a second day to watch explicit videos of the freak-offs. The prosecution contends that Diddy saved these not safe for work tapes as potential blackmail to silence Cassie Ventura and then Mia and Jane, which is their pseudonyms. The defense argued that the videos showed that the women voluntarily participated in marathon orgies. The prosecution's next witness will be Diddy's alleged personal drug mule. His name is Brendan Paul, once played basketball for Syracuse University. The federal agents arrested him at the airport the same day in 2024 that they raided Diddy's mansions in Miami and L.A. Brendan Paul had packed in his luggage marijuana edibles and cocaine. So he's the guy that allegedly procured, transported, and distributed for Diddy a wide range of illicit drugs, including ecstasy, cocaine, ketamine, marijuana, magic mushrooms, and the so-called date rape drug GHB.
By the way, Kim, if your empire ever grows to the point where you can afford a guy to put all the sex parties together, let me know, Kim. I trust you, and I will work like a soldier for you. Can you imagine, though, Kim? Think about this, Kim. You're a great person to discuss this with. You build a company from the ground up. These people are committed to you, and they rely on you. Could you then imagine taking that kind of control that you have over them, their livelihood? You can fire them tomorrow, ruin their life, but then telling them, You got to do this for me, that, all this disgusting stuff. Yeah. That's what Diddy did to his own people. It's horrible.
Oh, no. I don't want my people touching me.
Right.
Kim is so good to her staff.
Yeah, I know you are.
I like my kitty cats.
Yeah.
Candy and cane. That's all I need.
I know she's a good boss. Man.
Oh, hell yeah.
She's a great boss.
Hell yeah. I can't wait till she buys a podcast network and we can work for her.
Right.
Because we don't know what the hell we're doing.
So social media overtakes television as the primary news source for Americans. This is according to a new poll.
Read that again.
That's the facts. Matt is taking over the news world. Is that what you got out of this?
100%. Since we started, look at this new poll that's come out.
I know. It's a new poll for over 100,000 Americans. They found that for the first time ever, social media has become the primary source for news and information. Looking at 48 markets, 54% of people say the news they ingest primarily comes from Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, X, TikTok, and other social media platforms. That's more than 50% who utilize traditional TV news outlets.
And by the way, all those media outlets you just heard, Mickey Talks, can be found on most of those.
And more.
Yeah, and more. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Matt, it looks like we were right. This is the future, buddy.
It's the new frontier, man.
We are out front of the world right now, my friend.
Pioneers.
Yep. I want to say a quick goodbye to all my friends in radio.
I'm still your friend in radio, man. Don't say goodbye to me.
Listen, the only reason I say stuff like that is because I'm not on the radio. If I was on the radio, I'd be telling you how much better radio is than the internet. You kidding? I'm just trying to win. That's it.
All right, so there's a new study that says that cannabis use is linked to doubled risk of heart disease and death. A new review in the journal Heart links regular cannabis use to big heart risks. Looking at 24 studies covering millions of adults, researchers found that users face double the risk of dying from heart disease, plus a 29% jump in severe chest pain events, and a 20% rise in stroke chance. Scientists say it comes from THC's effects on blood vessels. And note today's weed is far stronger than it was back in the 1990s.
I got confused there, Matt. Are they saying it's better or worse for your blood?
THC?
Yeah.
They're saying the effects on blood vessels is what is to blame for all these heart-related deaths and maladies, I guess you can get from using THC.
Everybody was blaming all those, what are they called? When we got the shots for COVID, right? What are they called?
What do you mean?
When you get something so you don't get it. Well, we all got them.
Yeah.
Vaccines.
Thank you, Jesus. When we got the vaccines, everybody said people started dropping dead of heart attacks. People thought it was maybe that because I know that THC.
There was all kinds of complications from all that.
But what I mean is THC use shot through the roof around the same time, though.
Yeah.
So maybe, just maybe, one of them's wrong. I haven't had any heart issues, is all I'm saying. I smoke a lot.
You do? I didn't think you did.
I don't during the day in it, like doing the show.
Right.
But when I get home, you know how a guy will have 2 beers, 3 beers, whatever.
Yeah.
I'll have 2, 3 hits, and I just lay in bed and watch the world.
I hear you. I don't think anybody's bad. They're just showing the effects, unfortunately.
Yeah. This is the same thing they did with cigarettes. They never showed. They always said, if you smoke, this will happen. And then you find out years later, all those tests were based on like 2.5 packs a day smokers. Yeah. So it's like, okay, but that didn't apply to me. I don't know. This is all I know is I'm going to do what I want to do. And if I die because I'm doing what I want to do, then I was supposed to die. That's the way I look at it.
I hear you, man. You got to live your life, right?
Yeah. I mean, somebody goes, you could live to be 105 if you take care of yourself. Why?
Well, it depends on the quality of life. You know what I mean? If you were living a good quality life at 100 years old, that's good. But if you were just tons of problems.
No, like my grandma died, last month, whatever, a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
She was 97. I could talk to her like we're talking.
Yeah.
There. Physically, a little rough. I mean, she could get up and walk up and down, but it was slow and methodical. And I think to myself, when you're at that age, you probably want to be there. You don't want to lay down and never get up. But at the same time, I think, well, if I'm going to only take 2 years off my life, whether it's 99 or 97, but I'm having fun for the first 97, yeah, I'm cool with that. I didn't need them extra two to not have fun.
Have you seen posts of my mom online? My mom is 88 years old, still comes to my shows, my rock shows.
Wow.
She still goes to concerts. She loves Chicago. Donna Jean hooked her up with Chicago 2 years in a row.
That's amazing.
She's in the front row, getting pics and stuff like that.
Wow.
She's 88?
Yeah, 88.
God bless her.
Yeah, couldn't find her one night after a Chicago show. I'm like, where'd she go? I'm like, oh, she must be on the bus with Jimmy the sax player, right? You know, I don't know where she was.
That's great.
Where are you at?
I had to pull your 88-year-old mother off the tour bus.
Oh, Lee.
And the worst part is she comes off from one of them chairs.
She loves her some Chicago.
What's mom's name?
Ann Yates.
Ann, God bless you if you're watching. We love your daughter, by the way.
She comes to the show. She dances. She's out there dancing like Mick Jagger and whatnot.
Oh, that's awesome.
Well, look, if she's anything like you, and I assume she is. I mean, you guys just have a love of life, it seems to me.
Yeah, we do.
And that goes a long way with your mental and physical health, I think.
Were you like this as a kid? Were you the life of the party, bouncing off the walls?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I've always been me all my life.
Me too. I love you for that. I swear. It's so genuine. Authentic. You're the best.
So Boeing once crashed a jet to find the safest seat on the airplane.
Oh, no.
Okay. Yeah. So Mick, you'll love this because you hate flying, don't you?
I hate fun. I'll be honest with you. In order of fears, driving over the Bay Bridge would be I can't do it. 2 would be probably going through Kim's haunted house, and 3 would be the airplane.
Wow. That's
my level. The Bay Bridge, the heights, I'm out.
All right. Well, from this story, you're going to find the safest place to be on the plane here. After only one person survived last week's Air India crash, there's been some talk about the safest place to sit on a plane.
Yeah.
So back in 2012, Boeing actually did a test to find out, and they crashed an actual airplane loaded with crash test dummies. A pilot took the jet into the air and parachuted out, and then it was controlled remotely to crash into the Dominican Republic at 140 miles per hour. The results were that those in first class and business class were essentially screwed.
Yeah,
everybody at the front of the plane.
Yeah.
Moving back into the cabin, however, improved the survival odds. So with those passengers in the middle suffering a few broken bones, and many in the back theoretically able to walk out with little to no injuries. I always hated the back of the airplane, but it sounds like it's the safest place.
There you go.
I think that whole test is bullshit. Because I'm gonna tell you the safest place to sit.
Test,
no, because I can prove it wrong right now.
Okay.
You know where I'm sitting if I get my choice? Right on top of that black box. Because they find that son of a bitch every time that black box is found. I am strapping a seatbelt to the black box.
Maybe they'll put you inside the black box.
I'm
5'3". We'll get you in the black box.
Right, I'll fit in the black box. But that's where I'm sitting with that black box. They find that every flight. Hey, look, good news. We didn't see Uncle Jimmy. But Aunt Nancy, we found, she was strapped to the back box.
There's no electronics in there. It's just a little man that pops out and tells you what happens to the plane.
The pilot went ape shit. We don't know what happened. No, Kim, do you like flying?
I love it.
Is there anything you're actually scared of?
I'm not scared. No.
You have no fears in life.
I don't really think I do.
That's a great question. You don't have any phobias or fears?
No.
Heights?
Good for you.
Fine. You're fine with heights?
I'm fine with heights. I'll climb a ladder in a minute.
What about, could you be deep underwater?
I like swimming. Yeah.
So Kim, tell me this. You've got that big, huge property. You've got the best attractions and the coolest effects and everything in those buildings. When you're walking through there by yourself at night when it closed, you never once got the chills or anything?
No,
that's true. You never have.
I know that, let me tell you some stories, though.
Yeah.
One of my managers, and he's a big dude. His name is Jason. He'll go in there. He turned everything off in the House of Eyes, and he lives across the street.
Yeah.
And then he was home. And he says, I know I turned the lights off when some of the lights came back on. Now, he's a big believer, and he will not go in the House of Eyes by himself.
You think he forgot?
I think he did, but he says he didn't. I'm not going to call him a liar.
Right.
No. But that happens a lot. And then let me tell you this story. This is crazy. Now, Trixie, another one who doesn't really believe in ghosts, she got there like 5:30 in the morning one day, and we were working on the House of Eyes. We were doing renovations to the House of Eyes.
Yeah.
She got there really early, just doing stuff with the lights on, and all of a sudden, one of the slab tables went off. Now, You have to have power on an air compressor to make it go ka-chung, 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 ka-chung.
Right.
So she thought, okay, somebody's messing with me.
Yeah.
Somebody's messing with the breakers. She didn't hear anything, didn't see anybody. And she's like, okay, is there anybody in it? And nobody said, no, they weren't in there. Because we don't technically start until 6 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
Right.
And that was the weirdest thing because she's not going to make it up. So that was kind of like, what happened?
Huh.
Could this malfunction? They said, no, you have to have power on. And she checked the breakers, they were all off. So
Wow.
that was pretty freaky.
That is freaky.
So,
yeah.
You know, when listening to these stories, right?
Yeah.
And the parent, you know, I believe in UFOs, right? I do. You know, I used to be 100% on Bigfoot. I'm at like 94.
Yeah.
Because they've really shit the bed lately with some Bigfoot stuff. I'll tell you about that. However, the paranormal stuff, I'm like, I don't know, right? But I will tell you this. When I worked at Bethlehem Steel, I was in the maintenance department, basically. Not really, it's what it was called, but we handled all the steam, compressed air we sent through the whole yard, fresh water, like we were in charge of that stuff.
Yeah.
So anyway, I used to have to do a round at night. Like I'm talking like 3 a.m, walk through the shipyard, and they had a key. You had to punch this clock to let you know you were in that building at this time to check on everything, right? There was one building there, dude. That key never got punched. I never went in it. I went in it one time. It scared the shit out of me. Just nothing happened.
Yeah.
Just my own mind went absolutely insane.
Yeah.
I thought I'm being followed. I thought they're watching me.
Yeah.
I'm not kidding you.
Right.
It was like paranoia times 10.
I had a moment like that too, man.
Holy shit.
I forget the name of the building downtown where the Edgar Allan Poe grave is now.
That's that's Westminster Abbey.
Westminster Abbey.
Yeah.
Right. So I DJ'd a wedding there one night. I did a bunch of weddings there actually. And you know they have catacombs.
Yeah, I've been in them.
I've been in them too. Did the tour that night.
Yeah, it's awesome.
With the wedding party.
Yeah.
And DJ'd the wedding, and then, you know, all the guests, everybody left. There was like one person in the building, and it was just me alone in there unloading my equipment and stuff.
No way.
That's the only time I got kind of, you know,
creeped out.
A little creeped out. Yeah.
But you don't get creeped out at all,
I don't.
Kim?
Can I tell you about our paranormal ghost tours? Our next one is June 28th, guys. We do a monthly, and it's a great deal. All the equipment is included. Your paranormal tour guides are included from the Berkeley Paranormal Society.
What's
They're
the
real
equipment?
deal. Like there's little wand things that
like Ghostbuster stuff.
Yeah.
What is that?
Wow.
You talking about them sticks to find water?
Yes.
No. They're to detect spirits, right?
Yeah, I mean, you hold them and they move, and I've seen them do stuff, and they have like there's like little voice box things
where they can hear people talking.
Yeah, it's wild. I've watched them do this. Like I said, I will not go in there when they're doing.
Yeah. Screw all of you.
Let me tell you something. I'm usually in the gift shop because I don't want them to think I'm in there messing with breakers or messing with them because I'm not.
Right.
What they see, hear, and feel is real. So I watched them before, and I'll be like, tell me, are you here with us? And I've seen like the little figures on their like detectors, and I've seen things happen. And this is really wild. Because they found a baseball in the wall when we were renovating one of the buildings.
Baseball?
The old baseball. And they hid this baseball, and they hid it in a coffin, and it asked the spirit to find, and it found it. I'm like, wait a minute, that makes no sense. So then they did it another time. They we have challenge coins that we sell.
Yeah.
So of our, I was like, Kim, we have Sluggo, Otis, different ones. And they took a Trixie one. And he said, the guy said, I'm going to hide this somewhere. And it asked the spirit box, it says, can you tell me where this is? And it found it, and it actually said on the box, it said Trixie. I'm like, no way. And they said, look, it's weird how it works.
Now, look, I'm a natural.
Yeah, I get it. No way, dude. No way.
I'm a natural skeptic,
and
I know a little bit about magic and stuff like that. So there's methods that people can use to do those types of things. I'm not accusing them, but I'm saying that would be going through my mind when something like that happened. Yeah, is all I'm saying.
No. No, I'm not doing it, Kim. I refuse to play along.
Well, if you guys are interested, go to kimscrypt.com. You can check out our Paranormal Ghost Tours monthly. and it's one price. And you get
And
it
Kim,
all.
I'm going to take, or you can send me all these, and I promise you we'll put them on our post so that people can get all that info. I'll pictures of them and post them.
All right, so Netflix, by the way, guys, is going to open brick and mortar Netflix places. It's going to be opening a chain of entertainment venues. Netflix House is what it's called. They'll open near Philly, Dallas, and in Las Vegas. The more than 100,000 square foot venues will feature experiences inspired by Wednesday, Squid Game, One Piece, Stranger Things, along with other shows.
It's almost like,
I found popcorn.
it's eat all you want, baby. It's almost like, Matt, that these movie places are making their own content.
That's right.
It's almost like the roles are reversing.
Yeah.
It's almost like, gee, it'd be awesome to be in a position to take advantage of this new wild trend that seems to be happening.
I know. Yeah.
Wow.
Philly and Dallas will also include Netflix Bites, a restaurant.
Oh, yeah, I bet that's good.
Yeah.
The cool thing about that is the basic meal costs $12. And if you want to drink, it's $19. And then if you want to eat that all the time, it's $24. Just the way Netflix did it to us.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You buy your meal in increments. You want to watch the Godfather trilogy? Well, you can watch that one for the $14 membership. If you need to see Andy Garcia, that's in the $18 membership.
So are you guys UFC fans?
I like UFC. I'm not crazy.
No.
I'm not crazy.
You guys, everybody knows who Conor McGregor is.
Yeah,
though,
I'm
right? You know Conor? No? Okay.
Oh, Kim, you would love this dude.
Yeah.
For real. My height, the baddest dude ever at this size, in my eyes, and the funniest son of a bitch on the planet.
Yeah.
He's a wild man.
He's kind of retired right now, but the former MMA star was caught on video clocking a fellow clubgoer twice, knocking him to the floor. The incident happened in the wee hours of Tuesday morning in a nightclub in the party capital of Ibiza, Spain. You can see the two talking for a few seconds before Conor starts swinging. His first punch doesn't connect, but the second one knocks the unnamed guy to the ground. Crazy enough, though, security threw the other guy out and let McGregor stay and keep drinking.
Listen,
you want to see this video?
Oh, my God, we have video?
Yeah.
Hold on, I want to see this.
How do we see it?
Look over there, Kim. Yeah, he'll bring it up in a second here.
So the guy's just standing there, and they're talking. He doesn't even threaten him. He's the one that's standing up on the stoop.
I'm going to move over for a second.
Yeah, come on over. So you can see this guy. I mean, the guy doesn't even look like he attempted to touch him at all. And Conor throws two punches at him.
I got to say something about that, though, Matt. The way I see that, it does look horrible for Conor in that footage. But you got to remember something. You're one of the most famous people in the world. You're famous for being a really tough guy, for talking a lot of shit. You're in a place where people are drinking, where there's a lot of guys that think they're tough and bad. A guy like that walks up to you, and you don't know. And that guy could have said, I think you're a bitch. I'm going to hit you right now. And if I'm Conor McGregor, I'm a trained fighter. I know that's a real thing. Guys want to challenge me. I'm going to ask questions
That's
later.
Still a tough guy. A tough call if a guy just verbally
if a guy's that dumb. No, I'm going to tell you right now. If I am known in the world for what that is, being a badass.
Yeah.
Right? And you come up to me and basically are verbally coming at me, I'm not giving you the chance to take that thing that you're saying you could do to me. If you're in that proximity, that guy is on his shoulder. Now, if that guy's a trained fighter, he can break Conor McGregor's neck if he grabs him right. He can catch him right in his nose socket, drive it through his brain. If I'm not a fighter. No one ever do this to me because I'll just say you win right away. Like if somebody, I'm just thinking like a guy like that. If I know
most of those guys don't want anything to do with violence outside of the ring.
He doesn't.
Yeah.
But these drunk asshole tough guys.
I know, but you still got to answer to the judge, man.
I think the judge will go, why did you walk up?
You look at the video and the guy's just standing there and then Conor punches him twice, throws two punches at him.
I mean, what if the guy? Let me ask you.
You don't know what he said though.
If you're standing in a club,
you still got to answer to the judge. It doesn't matter what somebody said.
Agreed.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is, I think that if a judge is reasonable, I would look at that other guy and I would say, did you say this? Did you say that? And if the guy goes, yeah, I did say that. If I'm a judge, I kind of go, yeah, I'm sorry, but that guy's kind of it's a preemptive strike. Listen, I don't think throwing the first punch is wrong if you believe that the fight is inevitable. I don't. If me and you are face to face, Matt.
I mean, it's a huge decision you got to make. Yeah.
Well, have you ever been faced with that? Have you ever been faced?
Not like that. No.
I've been face to face with a guy where I'm like, all right, we're fighting. I am throwing I don't want to get hit first.
Yeah.
That whole honor shit, right? This isn't a duel. We're not walking 5 steps and turning. We're face to face.
There's an advantage to taking the first punch.
I'm doing it if I get the chance every time. Yeah. And I'll never get to that point because the first thing I try to do is de-escalate. Yeah. And if I know that that's not an option, there usually ain't much talking then, or I'm backing off so far that there's some space. Like, you know what I mean? So I don't hate Conor McGregor yet.
Yeah,
I need to know the whole
happened.
story.
Of
right.
course.
Yeah.
I always feel that way.
I may end up taking his side after I hear what happened.
Right. See if you take this guy's side. 80-year-old man drives his compact car down historic Spanish steps.
Jeez.
Early yesterday, an 80-year-old Rome resident accidentally steered his compact Mercedes-Benz A-Class partway down the city's famous 18th century Spanish steps and got it wedged between the marble banisters. Police say he tested negative for alcohol and seemed unsure how he ended up on the pedestrian landmark. Firefighters used a crane to lift the undamaged car back to street level, and officers issued an on-the-spot citation. Luckily, nobody was hurt, but the mishap echoed a 2022 case in which a tourist drove a rented Maserati down the same 135 steps and chipped the stone. Officials are reminding drivers that the iconic staircase is strictly off limits to vehicles.
Yeah, listen, cities like that, I'll be honest with you, I don't even know. I mean, they're the biggest tourist attractions in the world.
Well, plus you're 80, and some people 80, unlike Kim's mom.
Right.
There's a point where you got to decide when you're going to stop driving.
I think 80-year-olds should have to retake the test. I'd be willing.
Yeah.
And then I think every 2 years you probably should have to retake the test.
Yeah, you hope it's not you drive downstairs in Spain.
Right. And listen.
Anywhere.
I don't even say this disrespectfully to 80-year-olds.
Yeah.
I think any reasonable 80-year-old person goes, some of us at 80 are like 60. Some of us at 80 are like 100.
Right.
And that's the harsh truth of life. Yeah. So why not just be prepared?
Everybody's not that self-aware. So, there should be a test, you think? What age do you think the test should be?
80 is I think most humans could go, you know what? At 80, I'm probably not what I was. Let me just make sure I can get all this. And my timing is still good.
Eyesight's good.
Like, I don't see why. I mean, we degenerate quicker as we age, obviously. So things are going to happen quick. A guy at 80 and he's like, yeah, Pop's great. But at 83, Pop was blind as a bat and couldn't hear anymore.
Yeah.
It happens like that. I'm just saying, let's be proactive with people.
So there was a man who ran a 90-mile charity event dressed as testicles.
A 90-mile
charity event. It takes balls to run a 90-mile race. And Toby Freeman has the costume to prove it.
Freeman, that's a good one. Free balling.
Yeah. He's the founder of the Robin Cancer Trust. It's a charity established in memory of his brother, who passed away from testicular cancer 14 years ago. To raise awareness for the cause, Freeman proudly donned a foam costume that resembled a set of testicles, complete with hair stubble, while he ran the length of Hadrian's Wall. It's a 90-mile journey that took Freeman 3 days to complete, which Freeman hoped to raise awareness, broke the stigma, and remove some of the embarrassment surrounding testicular and ovarian cancers, and raised over $300,000.
Jeez.
Yeah. That's nuts.
Yeah.
I waited that whole story to make. I had that joke 6 words into your story. I'm like, I know how I'm ending this one.
It's because you're a pro, dude.
Yeah. Hey, coming up, we're going to talk about Kim's band getting back together in the music. We're going to get to that. I can't wait.
So in Madison, Wisconsin, an unidentified apartment resident tried a culinary experiment that resulted in a flaming oven mishap. Authorities say the mystery person decided to marinate a turkey in tequila, and then they popped it in the oven for 8 minutes. Before the timer went ding, the oven door blew open. 911 was called. Firefighters arrived on the scene, and when they opened the oven door, blue flames shot out. After the oven was removed from the building, they had to remove the oven. The occupant claimed that they'd used the recipe before with no issues. Experts believe that the fumes from the alcohol weren't being vented properly from the oven and ignited when exposed to oxygen. You ever have a Thanksgiving mishap like that ever?
The worst experience, I like to cook. I don't know if you know that or not. I'm actually not bad in the kitchen, right?
Yeah.
But my worst experience cooking was I think the kids were little, and I was making a ham, and I apparently set the temperature wrong. I put the ham in, hour later, open it up. That thing looked like it was on broil. And the bottom of it, like the bottom right corner was starting to catch on fire. Like, I never seen a ham that looked like it was, dude. It looked like a jet black Nerf football that had the ends cut off.
Oh my God.
Like, it was horrendous. But never like, I had a grill lid blow off one time.
Yeah.
Yeah, grill lid blew off. But other than that, I've never had.
I think my closest thing, I decided one night I'm not a cook at all.
Right.
I decided one night I was going to make soup for the family.
Yeah.
Like this beef barley soup. And I got this big soup pot and got all the ingredients and followed the recipe to a T. And
sure.
I was excited about this. And then we were all eating it, and it just had this like charred flavor. And it must have been like the pot that I used.
Oh, yeah.
The entire bottom just burnt.
Yeah.
It was like, probably 2 inches thick, just burnt from sitting on the pot for so long. Cause you put it on the oven for like hours.
Yeah.
I used the wrong pot, and I think it just soured the entire dish.
And I know how much you love soup, Matt.
I do. I had it for breakfast every day for many years.
You ate soup for breakfast every day, Kim.
Really?
Yeah,
really?
That's real.
Why?
Beef and barley soup. I think because I loved it, A, and B, it was just very easy and quick. So I could just boom, bam, pop it in the microwave or stove, and then I'm out the door in 5 minutes.
I'm not against a bowl of chicken noodle soup or something once a month for breakfast.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, I don't know if I could go to it every day.
7 years or something for me now.
What made you stop?
I don't know. That's a good question. I'd have to really think about that, Kim. Are you a cook?
No. I'll burn Pop-Tarts. Oh, no, heck no. I tried to make macaroni and cheese one time, and I didn't strain the water, and it was macaroni and cheese soup. I'm no good.
Now it's an attraction, one of our haunted
no good here.
The mac and cheese house.
Yeah.
Ain't happening.
That's the facts, Matt.
Great job. Let's get right into it. Brought to us by Natalie's Seafood Kitchen. We are here with Kim Yates, by the way, who owns Kim's. It's hard for me to say. Kim'sCrypt.com.
Kim's Crypt Haunted Mill.
Yeah, Kim's
Crypt Haunted Mill. Kim's Crypt.com.
Kim's Crypt Haunted Mill. 5 times real fast.
Thank you. I can't do it. I don't know why. But it's Matt's Music Minute, brought to us by Natalie's Seafood Kitchen. Incredible atmosphere up at Natalie's. The food is absolutely insane. Get up there, check it out. Tonight, Scott Spivey, and I think it's Sean Patterson actually filling in for Stephanie. Wow. The Drew Scott duo tomorrow. Then New Normal Friday, Pineapple Band Saturday. Great time there at Natalie's Seafood Kitchen, the best seafood restaurant in Harford County, 2315 Bel Air Road, right in Falston, Maryland.
So we got some Beatles stuff today. You Beatles fan, Kim?
Yeah, I like the Beatles. Yes.
So happy birthday to Paul McCartney, who turns 83 today.
Cool.
Looking back on this day in 1964, 17 lucky female fans celebrated Paul McCartney's 22nd birthday with the Beatles during an after-show party in Sydney, Australia. Attendees were selected through a competition in the Daily Mirror.
Yeah, you know what sucks for him that night?
Yeah.
I bet in those days he probably couldn't get girls.
Yeah, he had no attention.
Yeah, just none. 17 girls come to my birthday party. Yeah, but I couldn't really get one if I.
Paul McCartney received a shout out on Monday from Beyonce following the final show of her 6-night stand in London. She took to Instagram to thank him for writing Blackbird, which she recorded on her last album, 2024's
I'm
Cowboy
sorry, who
Carter.
was this?
Beyonce.
Oh, Beyonce. Okay.
Yeah, she wrote, "Thank you, Sir Paul McCartney, for writing one of the best songs ever made. Every time I sing it, I feel so honored." And some of her stage outfits were also designed by McCartney's daughter, Stella.
Yeah, she's a big-time designer. Yeah. I'm a huge McCartney fan. You know that. In fact, tonight, at Ramsat Annapolis, Dennis Shockett and some amazing musicians are doing a tribute to Paul McCartney.
Awesome.
And he was kind enough to give my son Mikey 2 tickets. So he's going tonight.
Oh, that's cool.
So, I mean, thank you to Dennis. And if you've ever seen Dennis do his Beatles thing or his McCartney stuff, wow. That's all I can say.
Cool.
Yeah.
So, Kim, we were talking about how you had your head shaved on Mickey's show.
Yes.
Lincoln Park, the same thing kind of went down. Fans held up signs for songs or selfie requests at shows, but one Lincoln Park fan took it a step further. That fan at a Czech festival called Rock for People held up a sign asking for singer Emily Armstrong to cut his hair.
Wow.
One of the festival's cameras spotted the sign, so Armstrong honored the fan's request. She shaved the fan's hair into a mullet in front of the stage, telling the audience, "We got to leave some at the back for the party, baby." And we can watch it too. You want to see it on?
Wait, so the singer shaved the fan's hand?
Yeah, he was holding up a sign. You'll see the sign here.
Yeah.
Said,
Let me
"Cut
come
my
over
hair,"
and look. Yeah.
Which is the weirdest thing to hold up at a concert, right?
No doubt.
I mean, Emily cut my hair.
Help them out. Did you come with scissors? How did they let you through with scissors? I can't see. Or knife?
I came with a razor.
Down there.
Electric trimmers. Guy has a full head of hair. Just like you, Kim. Yeah. You're going to see the guy leaves with a bald head and a mullet in the back.
That's incredible, dude.
See, watch what this guy looks like. Guy has 1 million photographers taking pictures of him.
Could you do something like this, man?
No.
Is there anybody on earth you would want to get that close to that you'd be willing to do that?
No, absolutely not.
I don't think me either.
Look at this guy's head.
Oh my God!
It didn't take her long to do that.
No, this guy looks ridiculous now. I mean, it's literally just all mullet in the back, nothing.
He literally the whole head, sides all the way to the back, is shaved bald.
Yeah.
And then he's just left what would be like the back of your head.
He's like, well, I met her.
Yeah.
I mean,
nice to meet you.
Yeah.
Have fun storming the castle.
So Rod Stewart reveals playing Glastonbury 2025 is actually going to cost him £300,000.
Explain that.
Yeah, so Sir Rod confirmed that he'll have 3 guests join him on the Pyramid stage for his Glastonbury set. Despite canceling gigs due to illness recently, the 80-year-old singer is set to perform at the festival on June 29th. And then factoring in the price of shipping over the equipment and staging, Rod said it's going to cost me £300,000 to do it, and they only pay you about £130,000. So he says it's going to cost me, but he insisted, quote, it doesn't matter, and that he was not scrimping for the sake of his team, and confirmed his dancers and band would be flying premium economy from Vegas to the UK. And Ronnie Wood is going to be one of the guests joining him with 2 more singers set to join him as well.
So, like, Rod Stewart has a very, very special place in my heart.
Yeah.
Okay, for 2 reasons. First, my reason, selfish reason. I love the music. I love that early English.
Talking about the Faces?
Even the early Rod Stewart stuff.
Yeah.
I just love it. I love that type of music. Now, Rod Stewart was my mother's favorite.
Oh, really?
Rock star on the planet next to Elvis.
Yeah.
It was Elvis, then Rod Stewart. So
it's my dad's favorite, Elvis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Rod Stewart to me is like the ultimate rock star.
Yep.
Because like my mom adored him. I adored him. My kids love him. Like he's one of those kind of artists. So to hear him say something like that classy and like not rock starish is what makes I've always believed about him, that he was always kind of tongue in cheek.
Yeah.
Like, this is fun, guys. Like, lighten the fuck up, you know? And that's what I love about him.
Yeah.
And to a guy like him that's probably worth $100 million.
I'm sure it's more than that.
Whatever.
Man. Yeah.
Right. Even if he's worth that, 300,000 is bullshit.
Yeah.
To a guy like that.
Isn't he the guy that is he the one that said he would, when when he first started dating a girl, he would buy him a house?
No. The line says the bit went like this. He was being interviewed.
Yeah.
And somebody said, Rod, you've been divorced 3 times. How do you feel about dating in the future? He said, in his cute way, he was like, I have it figured out now. Finally, this is what I do. I meet a young lady. I say, I'd like to take you out tonight. Tomorrow, I'll buy you a house and we'll just go from there. Right? He's like, it's my new way of dating. Nice to meet you. Pick out a house. Let's see if we have fun.
Yeah.
Every time he dates a girl, he ends up buying her a house.
Right.
Yeah. It's hilarious. But I love that guy. And his relationship with his daughters is amazing.
Yeah.
Like I don't talk about him a lot because it's like weird. Like you don't hear a lot of guys be huge Rod Stewart fans. Right. But I'm a huge fan of the guy. He's a soccer nut.
Yeah.
You probably know this, Mick. Yeah, he is a huge soccer fan. But did you know about his model train thing?
I did not.
Okay.
Oh wait, the collection thing?
Yeah, listen, he has this massive train garden. I mean, it's probably like a building.
Oh yeah, it's
I think it's the biggest in the world, and it's his whole thing. He's got that is his huge hobby. And then I forget what magazine did an article on, not because he was Rod Stewart.
It's because
he
of
had
the train garden.
The biggest train garden. Matter of fact, he had it moved. I forget what he paid. It was a ton of money he had to pay to move it overseas when he moved back to England.
Listen, if I'm an entertainer, right, which basically means you get to be a kid for life.
Yeah.
Right, Rod Stewart, he's a kid.
Yep.
Right, Kim?
Oh, I love Rod Stewart.
You are a kid for life.
Absolutely.
You're doing your dream.
Absolutely.
You never had to change anything about. I am a kid for life.
For life.
I am. I'm a kid.
Yeah.
If I ever had that kind of money, there are 2 or 3 things that without a doubt I would be in the top 5 guys.
What do you think?
What
would you do?
My Lego collection.
Really?
Listen, I've never had the time. But if I could have like really cool Lego sets.
And they make some wild stuff now.
Dude, oh my God, building things in Lego stuff. I would get lost in that. Another thing I would without a doubt disappear. I would get this is so stupid.
Yeah.
I would get lost. I mean, spend millions of dollars if I could. You know those things like when we were little, you would you'd put them in your yard, and then like within a week or 2, like something would start to grow. Do you remember those when we were kids? You had them
I'm
in
not
school,
sure what you're talking about.
But like you'd bring a thing home in a styrofoam cup, right? And it was like a little leaf. And then you planted it in your yard. It was basically a baby tree that we never did right because no kids did.
Yeah.
And it would grow. Okay. Right? I would put them everywhere. So
you plant trees all everywhere.
Dude, I would you'd wake up one day, I'd be digging a hole in your front yard. And, hi, neighbor. What are you doing? Giving you a tree.
That's cool, man. That's very humanitarian.
It's weird as shit, isn't it? And the other thing I would do, if I had all that money and people think I'm insane, I would build crazy structures, right, for homeless people.
Yeah. I love that, man.
But like cool shit. They're not getting like 80-inch color TVs and stuff.
Mini houses.
They would be tiny little houses.
Have you seen those tiny houses?
Yeah. And I would say to a homeless guy, look, you can have it.
Yeah.
You got it. It's got a bathroom. It's got a little shower. It's got a little kitchen. It's got a bed. It's got a little TV in it. Yeah. You have your own little world that you don't have to survive under a bridge. And that would be the things I would do. But Legos, I'm not going to lie. I would get into the Legos before saving humanity. I would.
What about you, Kim? If somebody dropped $100 million on you right now, you could do anything you want. Would you splurge on something like that?
I know what she would do. She would buy the rest of Pennsylvania and make the whole state haunted.
No, the whole state.
Wow. What would you do though? Like, do you have a guilty? You'd probably guitars, right?
Oh no, not that. I have what I want.
Yeah,
I'm good with that.
Yeah.
I just it's I never thought about it, but I would definitely want to expand on what I have in a major way. Not that I don't have a lot.
Your memorabilia or your attraction?
I think the attractions, you know, make them bigger, make them better, make more. I
state of the art, crazy stuff.
She lives and breathes it.
I do. I love it. I do love it.
That's so cool. I love that. It's got to be amazing. You know, a lot of people don't have that passion.
Yeah.
You know, something that they're that passionate about. And it's such a great way to live life when you're doing your passion.
And I've always said this, if I were ever going to write a book, which I should, it should be
you
called,
definitely should write a book.
I should. It should be called Love What You Do and Do What You Love.
Yeah.
That would be my book. And can we talk about this?
That's
right
good
here?
advice.
You can talk about whatever you
Check
want.
this out. This is my band, Scarlet Angel, which has been around for 41 years.
Yeah.
We recently,
Wow, 41
41 years Scarlet
Wow.
Angel has been around. Now, this past year, we just got back together with Jackie Joyce. She's our singer, the original singer.
And I'll say
We
it
got back
for
together.
Kim, Jackie, for those of you that don't know,
Singer.
without a doubt, one of the best rock singers,
Yes.
metal singers. Do you know Jackie, Matt?
I don't think I've ever met Jackie. No.
Dude,
Yeah.
I'm not kidding you. Like, Jackie is insane
Yeah.
as a singer.
Yeah.
Like, crazy good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, if you ever heard our CDs, which we have 3, our first one sold out, and we had to get it again. It sold out again. Our first one is amazing. This is our second one. This is Enter the Magic, which we do have for sale, and this is Rise Metal Angels. Now, Jackie's on the first 2, and this is Abby, another great singer, is on the third one.
Yeah, I don't think I ever saw Abby.
Yeah, she's an amazing singer as well. So, and then she left the band, and so did Barry. So then Jackie rejoined the band last year, and then we just got Mike Ferretti in the band, who's our new bass player. Now, me and Michelle have always had Scarlet Angel with different members.
Yeah.
And so Scarlet Angel never officially broke up, but now we're back together with Jackie in the band, and we're making great music. We're working on our 4th CD, and it's sounding really good. It's heavy. And you know, her voice is like, wow,
Yeah,
she's
it's
amazing.
that stuff, man.
She's
It's
like, she's got the balls to go with it, the power, and it's like, I always say it's kind of like, people say, what's your music like? It's kind of like Heart meets Metallica, but heavy.
Yeah.
It's
what
cool,
It's
dude.
but it's not like Cookie Monster heavy. It's like just like, you know, you could bang your fist and bang your head to it. It's really good.
Yeah, this is their new singer. Hi, I'm Jackie. We're going to be doing some new songs when you come see us, so hopefully you'll dig it. You know.
It's so foolish.
Do you practice at Kim's Crypt? Do you guys have a practice space there?
We have we practice at my house.
Yeah. Okay.
That's what we practice.
Gotcha.
Now I have
You got a drum kit up there?
Yes, I do.
I knew
do.
it.
I have a
I
drum
knew
kit
it.
up there.
I
and
just want to go to
teach
Kim's house so
drums,
I
too.
can play drums again. That's
There
the
you
only.
go.
She always had, and her kids
Yeah.
were always like, everything was perfect.
Yeah.
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 She takes care of things.
So,
My drums, I couldn't find one of my toms half the time. Like, oh my God. I didn't even have cases. I used to throw them in the back of a truck. I didn't
you gotta
have
have
cases.
cases.
I would
So-
love to play drums again too, man. It's been a long time since
Yeah.
I played.
Maybe we'll get a
Done.
Mickey Talks drum set.
There
Matt.
you go.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
like that idea. I
I
like
do
that
too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll play drums at the
Electronic
same
kit. We get
time.
electronic kit and stick it in the corner here.
Dude,
Yeah.
if we got that rolling kit,
Yeah.
that's a bucket list for us.
All right. All right.
Yeah.
Our 1-year anniversary, we should be able to buy a rolling kit.
I love it.
Deal?
I love it. Deal.
All right,
Yeah.
we're gonna
So
work for that.
that Scarlet Angel is one of my bands, and then I recently joined Karma, back in 3 years ago,
Yeah.
and they just celebrate their 5-year anniversary, and we have shirts, commemorative 5-year anniversary shirts. Karma is a cover band. Now,
Cool.
Scarlet Angel is an original band that does some covers.
Yeah.
And Scarlet Angels next year, let me talk about that first, is Sunday, August 24th at the Fallston Barrel House, 2 p.m., all age outdoor show. So come see Scarlet Angel.
What kind of covers does Karma do?
Karma is actually playing this Sunday, and that's going to
Yeah.
be, I'm going to be wired because it's got Kim's Grip Camp out the day before. We're playing at the Gray Manor Inn, 3 p.m. And
That's this Sunday?
Yes, this Sunday. Karma.
This Sunday, Gray Manor Inn Karma will be live. Go see Kim.
Yes.
And
what cover tunes do you do?
We do White Snake, Queensryche, Van Halen,
Yeah.
AC/DC,
Wow.
Sabbath, Judas Priest.
Dude, and Kim lays it
Thank
down.
Oh,
you.
I know,
Thank you
dude.
so
I
much.
know. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. It's
And
awesome.
It's good stuff, and there's good harmonies in the band, and everybody in the band is excellent players. So that's a great band. And I'm in the third band. I just joined about a year ago, and they're called Heal. And Heal is a husband-wife team. And Kim, as her name, Kimberly, sings and plays the bass, and her husband is a maniac on guitar. His name is Bill Lima, and so they have a lot of originals. We do a few covers as well. We play like Morseburgers and West, Halftime Sports Bar.
Yeah.
And we're playing the 28th, which is next Saturday at the Gray Manor Inn.
Look at
So
You're
this.
we're
busy,
playing
man.
the-
Oh my
yeah,
God.
Kim
that's
does
what
it
been.
all.
Yeah.
so
Like I
that's
said,
been.
an eternal kid. I love
Yeah.
it, girl. You're my spirit animal.
Yeah.
It never ends. Like, you know, how like people, they work like whatever they work, like 7 to 2:30 or 6, whatever. It never ends for me.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm promoting all the time.
Well,
That
you
was
are the brand.
Yeah.
It's like me.
Yeah.
I'm everywhere I go. Like same with you, Matt.
Yeah.
You're Matt Davis everywhere. I'm Mickey everywhere I go.
Yeah.
So you don't get time off.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know what I mean? That's why I went to Annapolis last week to get a night away. It was awesome. Nobody knew me.
You sure?
Well, I mean, people knew me, but like
I get it all the time.
Yeah, they knew me, but they kind of left me alone. Yeah,
I'm sure.
Let me tell you the story that happened. This is crazy. I'm at Gray Manor Inn Saturday night after Karma played the show at the Flying Point Marina in Edgewood.
Yeah,
I go there and I'm putting up the Karma posters because we're playing there, and I'm giving out the Kim's Crypt flyers. I got the $5 off coupons for Kim's Crypt for the Halloween season as well, and I'm doing my thing. And people are like, "Hey, Kim," hugs and all that. Hey, and they had karaoke after the band played. So I get up there and I sing a couple songs. I did a Dio song, and people are like, "Wow!" So doing my thing. People are like, "You have any shirts?" Of course I do. I always have shirts with me. Sold a couple shirts.
Yeah.
And this guy, he's been drinking a little bit, and he's sitting there at the bar, and we're talking, and he's buying shirts and things, and like that. He's like, "Yeah, you're Kim's Crypt. I know where Kim's Crypt is, up in I think either Cecil County or Calvert County."
Oh yeah, you told
Either one, what he said was wrong. Yeah, up in Calvert County. I'm like, no. Kim's Crypt Haunted Mill is located in Spring Grove, PA, like it says right here. And we've been there for the past 11 years. Before that, we were in Essex, Dundalk, and I told him all the places. Oh, no. He's wants to argue with me. I said, "You do know who I am, right?" He says, "I know you're Kim, but no, you're Kim's Crypt. I know. It's up there. Up by Gambrels, right?" I'm like, "No."
It's in Spring Grove, Pennsylvania.
Yeah. And then I've had other people say, "Oh, yeah, I know. We go to Kim's Crypt every year in the East Point Mall." I'm like, "That's not me. That's somebody else." That's another attraction. But then they get confused. I'm like, "You're going to know. I'm the one with my severed head and the blood. And we got 5 attractions. You're kind of going to know when you're there." It's a little different than everybody else. And that's the one thing I can say about Kim's Crypt. What you see is what you get. It's not a facade. That building is real. These are real buildings, real barns.
Yeah, it's wild. Like I said, it's a town. I mean, there's stuff on one side of the road. You got to cross the road to get to the trail. It's huge. It's amazing.
It's
3 attractions on one side, 2 on the other.
Yeah.
We have the escape rooms now. There's plenty to do. Plenty. And we have food. I got my own food truck.
Yeah,
and
you guys have games up there, DJs some nights, right?
Yeah, we got photo ops. It's amazing.
Yeah,
it's
hearse rides. I mean, it's incredible. You can spend literally your entire day there almost.
Oh, I have. I spend most of my free time at Kim's Crypt.
Kim'sCrypt.com.
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 We got it linked in the notes.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah. We got anything else in music news, buddy?
That's it, my friend.
All right, Kim Yates, listen to me.
Yes.
You were automatically inducted into the Mickey Talks Hall of Fame.
Awesome.
Because I don't know if you know this or not, but we're coming to the end of season 1, Matt. Did you know this?
Is that right?
Open up the date book, Matt. Our date book.
Yeah.
Look at that, and then look at this month. Tell me what date Dennis Shockett is here. I believe I wrote it in there. Again, maybe next week or the weekend.
Dennis is Tuesday the 24th.
All right, that's this coming month. Tuesday.
Yeah.
Now count. What are we on right now? 60 what?
63.
So how many shows will it be till? What number will he be on?
67, I believe.
Okay, so 66 episodes in each season. All right, Matt.
Yeah.
So the end of season 1 is the day before.
I thought the season was going to be a year.
Listen, Matt,
2025.
Here's why. We got a new intro song.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
He already wrote us a new intro song.
Yeah.
So each season gets a new intro.
Oh, I love it.
So he's done. He is booked. Season ends at 66.
Yeah, okay. I'm with you.
Now, we could make an exception in the case of emergency. Like, he didn't make it that day. Then that's a bonus. That's season 1 extended.
Okay.
And then season 2 starts the day the new.
I can't wait to hear the new song.
Dude, I'm working on the intro now, everything.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
I'm excited.
Let me know if you need a drummer.
Yeah.
So, Kim, listen, Kim'sCrypt.com. This weekend is, what's it called?
Kim's Crypt Camp Out this Saturday night.
Are there still tickets available?
Yes, tickets are available. It's 6 p.m. to 7 a.m., 13-hour overnight horror experience for cash prizes. It's crazy. And this is going to be the last one. So you get your tickets at Kim'sCrypt.com.
Cash prizes.
Now, Kim, on Kim'sCrypt.com, do you make everyone aware of all your other projects?
Oh, yeah.
So if anyone wants to know more about you, can they find about the band there? No, you don't do that.
No, all the other events.
Okay.
Like the Paranormal Ghost Tours, the Halloween season.
Anything to do with the facilities on the website.
Yes.
But what if people want your music? How do they find out?
We're on Facebook. We have Scarlet Angel, very
Okay.
simple to find. Karma,
Perfect.
very
You
simple
do
to
need
find.
you do need a Kim Yates hub.
You do,
for
honey. I'm
everything.
telling you.
know what
I
I
am
mean?
a master
Yeah.
promoter. So is Matt.
Yeah.
Well, have you ever seen my page, my Kim Yates page? Everything is there. And I find an animal every day I posted. You see what I found yesterday?
No.
We found a baby groundhog and we picked it up and played with it. You posted it.
I did.
Yeah, so we found a baby groundhog and
That's wild.
We found black snakes.
You know what the
Picked 'em up.
coolest thing I
Crazy.
saw you was the vultures you found
Oh,
in Kim's
yes.
crypt, right?
Fred, the vulture, the baby vulture that was born
Yeah.
there, and he was hissing.
Nick.
And we
Yeah.
recorded the audio and we put it in a photo op. Now we have a Fred photo op. This baby vulture was born in the Terror Trail.
Isn't that wild,
Yes,
dude? It was
and we
born,
made T-shirts and we sold them. It was great. Yes.
born in the Terror Trail. How
Yes.
cool is that?
That's
though?
wild as hell, man.
Yeah,
That is
yeah.
that's insane.
And the cool thing about it is when we made the T-shirts of Fred, because it was such a big thing.
Yeah.
This was like 2 summers ago, maybe. And we made Fred shirts and people loved them. They glow in the dark. And we donated a portion of the proceeds to the West Shore Wildlife
Oh my
Federation.
God. I love
So it was a
that. I
great
love
thing.
that story.
Yeah.
I didn't know
incredible.
that. Yeah.
Every good deed
Yeah.
Kim does like magnifies itself 10 times.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it's ridiculous. You're like if the Bible had a drummer in it, it would be Kim. You know what I mean? Like you still like it's not like you're perfect, but goddamn, man, she's the drummer in the Bible. You know what I mean? Like if the 3 wise men traveled with a band,
Oh my God.
Kim's in the band, without a doubt.
Oh,
Right.
man.
You're the best, Kim. I
Thank
adore you.
Thank
And
you
listen,
so much.
I want to tell you something. When your season's coming up,
Yes.
or I know you do other attractions throughout the year.
Yes, we do.
Just call me and tell me what day you want to
Halfway to
come.
Halloween. We got Kim's Christmas.
All of it,
Oh,
baby.
yeah.
Come on here and
Thank
promote
you.
your stuff.
Sure will.
And we love you. Matt and I both talked about you behind your back.
Yeah, you definitely got to come by Halloween season.
Yeah,
Definitely.
without a doubt. Yeah.
Severed head and all, makeup, costume.
Yep.
And hey, I don't want to say this out loud, but if you want to take a little bit of advertising money away from 98 Rock and 100.7 and give it to us, baby, I'm saying I'll talk about you for 10 minutes. They're gonna talk about you for 30 seconds.
It's true.
I love you, Kim. I'll do anything for you.
Thank you, guys.
You know that,
Appreciate
and you
it. Love you
for
both.
real.
Thank you, Kim.
Welcome back. Whether it's your band, whatever you're doing, you have a green light here.
Thank
you know that.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Matt,
Definitely do that.
tomorrow, who do we got? None other than the only other person that might be able to outtalk her,
Who?
Yeah.
Corey G. You know Corey?
Oh, I know Corey.
Of course
We
you
need to
do.
get together.
That-
Oh, we can do this together.
Listen,
That would be awesome.
This studio is not built for that. It's coming. It's coming.
Yeah.
But yeah, Corey, do you know Corey well, Matt?
Of course. Yeah.
Corey's one of my favorite dudes. Just a great guy, great music, a great singer. He's got great bands. You guys all go and see him because they're always packed. We'll talk more with Corey tomorrow. Matt, anything we need to get out?
Definitely go and our YouTube channel is probably the least watched
Yeah.
platform for
Come
us.
on, guys.
But we're
step
trying to
it
build
up.
it. Everybody's watching everywhere else, but we're trying to build that. So
Yeah.
go there and give us a like, will you?
Yeah,
Or
just
subscribe,
like us.
rather. Like it, watch some videos.
If you-
Everything's archived there.
Listen, if you guys could go on and just click on videos for about 30 seconds, you have no idea what that
Now
would
watch
do for
them all
us.
straight through.
Yeah, just
That's
that's a thing we should tell people to do. Go to YouTube at night,
Click on
turn
it.
it on it, and just
And
let it
leave.
run through the.
yeah,
Let
let
it
all
run.
night long.
I'll take that,
There you
Kim.
go.
Well, you could do that. You could go to the podcast tab.
Yes, and just hit play.
And it's a playlist of all of our shows that you
There
can just
you
let
go.
run all night, every night.
Oh
We would
my
love you
God.
for that.
What would we?
But the address is youtube.com/@symbol Mickey Talks Pod, like podcast.
Yes. And to everybody else out there, thank you for those of you listening. New sponsors are right around the corner. Matt and I are incredibly excited, and it's all because you guys keep watching. Go to Kim's camera for a second. I won't be hold that up, honey. Yeah.
Kim's Script Camp out. This is it.
This is this Saturday. Go to
Gotta get
kimscript.com.
ya.
We'll see everybody tomorrow at 5. Love you all so much. Thanks. Bye, guys.